Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Candidate Forum. Our desire is to create informed voters by giving the Plant City community an opportunity to meet every candidate on their ballot.
At the Greater Plant City Chamber of Commerce, we are a connector and convener in the community of current and rising leaders. When we all work together, we are Plant City Strong.
This event would not be possible without community involvement. We would like to thank Tampa Electric, Fried Egg Productions, South Florida Baptist Hospital, the Hillsborough County Farm Bureau, and the many other generous supporters.
Without further ado, let's hear from this candidate.
Hi, my name is Deanna Hurley. My business, Deanna Hurley Photography, is a member of the Plant City Chamber of Commerce, and I'm proud to be on the board of directors this year. Our Government Affairs Committee has prepared a few questions for every candidate on the ballot running for a position that will represent Plant City. Today, I'm here with Danny Burgess, who is running for Florida State Senate District 20. Danny, will you please give us a quick introduction so our viewers can get to know you?
Hi, Deanna, and hello to everybody out there watching this event virtually. Hopefully we'll be able to get together in person soon, but in the meantime, I wanted to let you know who I am. My name is Danny Burgess. I am running for the State Senate in District 20. I'm born and raised in the city of Zephyr Hills and grew up here my entire life. My wife, Courtney, of 8 years, and our 3 children are all in this together. And kind of neat, my wife, Courtney, is actually from East Hillsborough. So she's born and raised out there. And so we love the Plant City community and we love that entire area. And boy, I actually think that East Pasco and East Hillsborough are just so much symmetry. So there's so much symmetry there. There really is. I was most recently the executive director of the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs. I had the honor to serve those who served us for the last 2 years. And before that, I was in the Florida House for 4 years, representing the East Pasco community in the legislature. Prior to that, I was also a mayor and city councilman within the city of Zephyr Hills. I'm an attorney by trade, and I am also a captain in the United States Army Reserve, serving in the Judge Advocate General's Corps. So proud to wear the uniform and serve our country for the last 8 years. It's truly an honor to not only have served those who served us through the state, but also to be able to serve with those who served us in the military.
And why are you running for office?
So the world has changed quite a bit since I was last in office. And being the father of 3 little children, Addie is 6 and Danny is 4, and Eleanor, Nora, is almost 2 years old. I want to work to help make the world the type of place that we want our children to grow up in and to inherit. There's no question that we're seeing so much division, so much distrust, and so much challenge in our world right now. COVID-19 has been an unprecedented example of what we're up against as a society, that the economic impacts, the social impacts, of course, the health impacts. This is the time where people need to step up to the plate and lead. Now with the resignation of Senator Lee in the election that's coming up in November, I felt the time is now to get back in and to not just speak about what I'd like to see happen, but also to work to enact those changes myself. We need a unifying voice, somebody that brings people together and builds bridges. And that's something I've always strived to do. When I was in the House, I worked tirelessly to listen more than I spoke and to be there for those who may not always agree with what I have to say. And at the end of the day, maybe we don't agree at all. But they knew that I took the time to listen, to understand, and to always have an open door and access. And I think we need that now more than ever.
During your time in office, what do you plan to do for the Plant City community?
So when I was in the legislature in the House, I actually had the awesome opportunity to work on some Plant City projects while the Plant City community was in between representatives. And so I'd love to continue that. We were actually able to help get the appropriation for McIntosh Regional Park across the finish line, which we were really excited to do. So I got to work closely with Mayor Lott and the Plant City community on those projects and some others. But one thing that I was really big on when I was in the legislature was how we partner with our local chambers, with our main streets, with our local governments. And I believe that through those partnerships, that's how you get things done. An excellent example of that is State Road 56. So State Road 56, it runs from I-75, but it used to dead end in Wesley Chapel. We worked tirelessly to get that road paved all the way to 301 as a 4-lane road. And it wasn't just us at the state level. It was our local chamber. It was our county commissioners. It was our city councils. It was a true public-private partnership that paved the way for the future for East Pasco in that sense. And so you can believe I'm going to carry on that tradition and that commitment into the Florida Senate and be a champion for local issues. Obviously, agriculture is an economic backbone in Plant City, no question about that. And I'm excited because also you have an incredible downtown. And I know that there's some downtown revitalization. We spend a lot of time down there. My son is truly obsessed with trains. And so you can imagine we spend a lot of time as a family down in Plant City around the train park and the surrounding areas, the Whistle Stop Cafe and other locations. And it's a special place. And so as you're experiencing growth, and growth is not always bad, but you have to do it in such a way that it's measured, and you ensure you have the right infrastructure, and you also ensure you retain your quality within your community, what brings that Plant City charm. So it's that balance that I always love to work to strive to assist our communities with. And the reason I'm so excited to possibly get back into this process, it's about community. That's honestly what I missed the most while I was out.
Due to the decrease in tourism and spending this year, how will you address the budget shortage? Where will you cut and where will you prioritize?
So thankfully, when I was in the legislature, we made some tough decisions. And those tough decisions to be fiscally prudent, to keep a sound budget, to have a solid rainy day fund, to ensure we're not spending more than we have, and to balance our budget has ensured that we had a AAA bond rating through the years. And I was proud to be a part of that. And those decisions of the past are no doubt helping us better overcome what we're struggling with right now in the present and what we're going to have to do in the future. The true impacts of COVID-19 are not yet fully known. We are still in the middle of this fight, and we still have to continue to march on and do all we can to overcome it. So going forward, when the Revenue Estimating Conference delivers those numbers and we now have a more clear picture of what we have to do to move forward, tough decisions are going to have to be made, no doubt. We saw that, of course, with the governor's vetoes this year. He exercised his constitutional duty and protected our state's budget, and it was tough decisions, but you got to hand it to him for being willing to step up to the plate and ensure that Florida's budget is secure and sound, of course, because tourism has been impacted, our economy's been impacted. So we're going to have to look at where there may be wasteful or unnecessary spending or inefficiencies in government. As an agency head, I was over 1,300 people at the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs. And we learned very quickly what we can do in times of crisis and what we're capable of when we get innovative. We had to. Obviously, buildings were shut down. So we went as a bureaucracy to a form of teleworking. Imagine that. And it worked. It worked, and it's working. And so we, as a government now, having come from that seat and having that perspective and understanding, I think we need to look forward, and there will always be essential services that require, of course, brick and mortar. But where we can avoid the costs of brick and mortar and continue in a teleworking, really the wave of the future that forced it into the present was the pandemic, of course, but where we can continue that, that's what we need to try to work to do, because we can save some money that way if we're just innovative and forward-leaning. And we've seen it in the agency. We did it when I was the head of FDVA, and I think we can continue to do this in other forms and fashions.
And if elected, what is your priority for your first term in office?
So I think more than any, and that's a question that has a lot of meaning right now, I think, because of course there's lots of issues that we want to focus on. There's lots of issues that we want to tackle. But I think bigger than any one particular issue is the need to restore faith in our politics. To be somebody, as I said earlier, that people, even if they disagree with, can believe in, that can trust, can know that despite those differences, they understand where I'm coming from and I understand where they're coming from. and that I'm doing what I feel is best. What I was elected to do, what I feel is best for our community and those that I represent. Somebody who listens more than they speak. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, and I truly believe that. Some of the greatest compliments I ever received as a legislator in the House was from people who didn't agree with the vote I took, or didn't like my position on an issue, or maybe didn't even vote for me. But they would tell me that they appreciated the time I would give them, the open door policy that I had in our office, and that despite those differences, they believe that I'm doing what I feel is best in my heart for my family, for my community, for my state. And so restoring faith in our politics, being a unifying voice, building bridges. Not everything has to be a partisan issue. We can work together. There's far more that unites us than divides us. I firmly believe that. And our best days are ahead of us. And I want to help be a part of that mission.
And that's it for our questions. Is there anything else you would like the viewers to know before we go?
I just want to say thank you so much. If you've stayed tuned through this entire, I'm a lawyer and I guess a recovering politician and a future one potentially. So I know I can speak for a little while. So I appreciate you all listening. Really look forward to having the opportunity to hopefully serving you in the Florida Senate. Thank you and God bless and stay safe out there.
Thank you. Have a great day.